I was playing down some reports on Sunday coming from Portugal on Man United hijacking the deal for Gyökeres. As I told you, it was an opportunity offered by intermediaries, but Man United never sent any proposal because they know that Victor Gyökeres wants to go to Arsenal. For Arsenal fans, there is an important news. It's not directly about the Gyökeres story, but can be linked to the Gyökeres story, because tonight, Sporting made progress in negotiations with Almeria to sign the Colombian striker Luis Javier Suarez, who is the name I told you exclusively in June. He's going to be the new striker of Sporting, to be the new Gyökeres. So if Sporting are closing this deal for Suarez, probably means that things are advancing and accelerating for Victor Gyökeres. My information on Gyökeres remains that the two clubs are in contact, that the agents are working on it. So I know that for Arsenal fans, the real news is going to be when we have the breakthrough, the here we go and the deal done. But let me say that first of all, Gyökeres is showing full commitment, not being tempted by Saudi, not being tempted by intermediaries offering Manchester United, but fully focused on Arsenal with his agent Hasan Çetinkaya on the same page. So only want Arsenal. But also important to say that Sporting are close to completing the deal for Luis Javier Suarez as new striker, expected to be done this week. So keep an eye on that one, because it could be an important signal in this story. I wanted to close this video by mentioning...
Breaking news! Arsenal now targeting £68 million star linked to Madueke. Romano confirms interest. And the transfer news just keeps coming at Arsenal. And this one's a name you've definitely heard before. After completing the signing of Noni Madueke from Chelsea, Arsenal aren't slowing down. In fact, they're going back to a familiar name. And it could be the perfect link-up. Why? Because Arsenal are now looking at Xavi Simons, Madueke's former teammate, as a potential surprise signing this summer. Let's break it down. Arsenal had a strong season under Mikel Arteta, but one area where they still lacked was inspiration up top, especially when Saka and Havertz were sidelined with injuries. Yes, Madueke is coming in to inject some spark, but Arsenal want more firepower. They're now searching for a new number 10 who can also operate on the left, someone dynamic and creative. The original target was Eberechi Eze from Crystal Palace, and Arsenal have already made contact with his agents. But here's where things take a twist. Xavi Simons is back on the radar, a player Arsenal have been monitoring for over a year, a former PSV Eindhoven wonder kid, and yes, Madueke's close friend and ex-teammate. According to Fabrizio Romano, both Arsenal and Chelsea reached out for information about Simons back in June. As of now, there are no official negotiations with RB Leipzig, but Simons could become the priority if the Eze deal doesn't progress. Romano explained, Simons is a player they really like, who they appreciate internally. Arsenal made contact with Eze's agents more than 2 weeks ago, but with no talks yet with Crystal Palace, Simons could become an option again. Now here's the important detail. Arsenal need to sort out some outgoings before they can move. Players like Rice Nelson, Fabio Vieira, and Sambi Lokonga are among those who could leave. Even bigger names like Zinchenko or Trossard might be considered depending on offers. But everything is lining up, a player Arteta admires, a natural chemistry with Madueke youth, creativity, and top-level experience. This could be a smart alternative to Eze if negotiations stall. So now the question goes to you. Would you prefer Eberechi Eze or Xavi Simons at Arsenal next season? And how would you feel about seeing Simons and Madueke reunited at the Emirates? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Ray Parlour tells Mikel Arteta that Arsenal must avoid £21 million transfer, spend their money elsewhere. German football journalist Christian Falk has claimed this week that Arsenal have made an approach for Bayern Munich's Joao Palhinha.
That's fair enough. Joao Palhinha to Arsenal, age 30, height 6'3", had a taste of life in Germany as he swapped Fulham for Munich. Now he's tempted to return back to London. Could he swap the bratwurst for the bangers and mash? So he was earlier on this window. There was talk of potentially Arsenal when they were looking to freshen up that midfield of Joao Palhinha to Arsenal. I just wanted to ask you about that. Do you like him as a player? And
yes,
do you think
absolutely.
Arsenal at the moment are maybe okay with their midfield options?
He was very good at Fulham. He's gone to Bayern Munich, big money move. But I don't think they need him. He's a player that they've got Zubamendi coming in, who's central midfield, who's going to be that holding player, and they've got Norgard, who can really good cover. A very experienced player. captain at Brentford, so he knows how to deal in a Premier League game. He's been there many years. So for me, Palhinha, I'm not saying he's not a bad player.
Good player.
Good player, but
Arsenal don't need him.
I don't think they need it. They
Swiping
would have
left
spent
for
their money elsewhere.
Swiping left.
Yes.
We can do that.
Palhinha spent 2 years in the Premier League with Fulham after signing from Sporting in 2022. He's since struggled for regular starts at Bayern Munich, playing 667 minutes in the Bundesliga last term across 17 outings. But speaking ahead of Bayern's return to pre-season, he said he is motivated to prove himself in Germany. The ex-Fulham man stated, as quoted by Ebola, "I have a contract for 3 more years, so I'll report for duty on July 29th, which is when we start this pre-season. As I've said several times, and it's been a recurring question, I have 3 more years on my contract," added the former Fulham ace. "I don't know what will happen, but I'm at a great club, as I've always said. Obviously, it hasn't been an easy year, but as soon as the season starts, I'm very motivated to prove my worth once again at a very special club, a huge club." Arsenal say no thanks to another Chelsea signing. Arsenal have made it clear they're not going back to Chelsea again, at least not this summer. Yes, we all know the pattern. Arsenal have signed several Chelsea players over the years. David Luiz, Willian, Jorginho, Kai Havertz, and now Noni Madueke. It's become something of a running joke among fans. If a Chelsea player's available, Arsenal might just take him, but this time, things are different. According to trusted updates from Hand of Arsenal, Arsenal have turned down the chance to sign Chelsea striker Nicholas Jackson, and the decision comes straight from Andrea Berta, Arsenal's new transfer chief, who reportedly shut the door on the deal. So what happened? Jackson's agent, Ali Barat, offered the striker to Arsenal, the same agent who recently helped Madueke make his move to the Emirates. But when the proposal landed, Arsenal simply said, "No, thank you." It's not that Arsenal don't need a striker, they absolutely do. That's why all eyes are on Victor Gyökeres, with the club still negotiating with Sporting CP. While the fee isn't finalized yet, that's the striker Arsenal are prioritizing, so why reject Jackson? For starters, Chelsea are reportedly open to selling most of their squad this summer, including Jackson, for the right price. But Arsenal don't want another short-term fix, they're aiming higher, looking for a proven goal scorer who fits Arteta's system and vision. And let's be honest, some of Arsenal's past business with Chelsea hasn't exactly paid off. Although Madueke is a promising signing, fans are understandably cautious. And internally, it seems the club wants to move away from helping their rivals offload surplus players, especially when better options exist elsewhere. Even Havertz, who played as a false 9 last season, likely wouldn't welcome more direct competition once Gyökeres arrives. Now, there are still dream signings out there, like Moises Caicedo or Cole Palmer, but those moves aren't realistic. Not now. Not from Chelsea, and Arsenal know it. Instead, if the Gunners want to build something truly long-term, it's time to shift the focus. High-level youth signings, smarter scouting, and global talent, just like Chelsea are doing with Estevao and Kendry Paez. So while some fans might have expected one more raid on Stamford Bridge, Andrea Berta has drawn the line. No more hand-me-downs. And for Arsenal, that might just be the smartest decision of the summer. Now we turn it to you. Was Arsenal right to reject Nicholas Jackson? Do you think Victor Gyökeres is the answer up front? And is it finally time to stop shopping at Chelsea? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And stay tuned. More transfer news is just around the corner. And that wraps up today's biggest Arsenal news. If you enjoyed the update and want to stay on top of everything happening with the Gunners, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Come on, Arsenal!